London-listed small-cap gas exploration and field development company and now gas producer Aminex has announced that it's achieved first gas production from its Kilowani North gas field in Tanzania. Bhattacherjee is Chief Executive, joins us now. Jay, welcome.
Thank you very much.
We've spoken to you before. You've been working towards this key milestone. Update us on what's happened exactly.
Yeah, it's a great day for the company. It's something that we've been working really hard to get to, and it's a big step for the country as well as our shareholders. You know, getting first gas is something that we're quite proud of.
You've got a ramp-up period coming in now. What are the projections, and over what sort of period of time are you expecting to ramp up to full production?
Sure. So when we do get to full production, we should be somewhere in that kind of 25 to 30 million cubic feet a day. It depends on the well test itself. And so basically what we're doing right now is we're commissioning gas and line packing. And what that effectively means is over the course of the next 60, 75 days, we're going to be fluctuating our gas rates coming up towards that rate, at which time we'll then do a well test with the TPDC, which is the Tanzanian government. Once that well test is completed, we will establish what is the optimal flow rate, and we anticipate it to be that 25, 30 million cubic feet a day. But what's really important is we get paid for all of our gas all the way through there. So as we commission and test, all of it is commercial gas to us.
And are you subject to international gas prices, or is this set locally?
No, this is one of the big benefits we have. So part of the gas sales agreement that we signed earlier in the year, we get paid $3.07 an MCF at the wellhead. And what that means is that we literally get paid at that wellhead. So when we deliver the molecules and at that outlet flange of the wellhead, we get paid $3.07. So we have a very small inflation kicker that goes in addition to that $3.07 as the years go by, but we're not subject to any of the OPEX, royalties, tariffs, any of the other charges that you'd associate with normal gas production.
You mentioned the amount of gas you expect the field to produce. What is that in terms of barrels of oil per day? Because I know quite often people don't really appreciate how much it is in terms of million cubic feet.
So it's actually it'll be somewhere between 4,500 and 3,000 BOE a day. But again, this well tested at 40 million cubic feet a day, and so you know, we're hopeful to be stabilized in that rate. It could be a little bit higher, but we'll see where we go.
But you're confident, though, that the demand is there within Tanzania for this gas?
Yeah, sure. You know, I mean, a lot's been said about the Tanzanian gas demand, and you know, a lot's been said about we're never going to get this well on production, on and on. The reality of it is, it's a country that's starved for energy. Not only will we be utilizing gas for power, but we'll also be utilizing gas for industry. But the key thing is that, you know, as I've said many times before, we're not a business, and us as shareholders of that business in particular, we're not short-term day-to-day traders. We're there for the longer term, and that's why we're so excited as well about Rovuma, not only Kilowani.
Yeah, okay, you mentioned Rovuma, one other asset there. I'll get into the other parts of the business in just a minute very briefly, but I want to talk about the gas field life, because you've got this ramp up in place.
Yeah.
What's the expected life of the field?
So right now, as it stands, we're looking at somewhere around 5 to 7 years. It depends on what the rate is, but this is a pretty good well. The pressure testing we've done so far has indicated that the reservoir is quite charged, and we expect it to be a very good well for us for some years.
Yeah, within that some years, Tanzania, I know, is expected to bring on other gas fields and other opportunities to provide them with power. What's this mean for your company?
So one of those other fields is our big Rovuma field down south. It means everything for us. It means not only do we get to demonstrate to our shareholders and the investment community that we can deliver gas, but we are also just very internally and corporately having production revenue puts us into another category of business. We're able to service our debt. We're able to look at other options of growth as well. So,
in amongst some of those other options, I know that I think you've got about 55.5%, haven't you, of the Kilowani North, but you have announced a few days ago that there would be a part disposal. I think about 4 percentage points of this, taking down about 51%. First of all, why, and secondly, to who?
Sure. So the disposition is to Solo. It's a partner that we share with in Rovuma as well. We work very closely with Solo, and we're very happy to have them as a partner. This is part of a deal which we worked with Solo earlier in the year, and Solo had the option to pick up some of this interest, and so they've executed this option. But we're very happy to come down. But again, we don't lose operatorship, and we are going to look to grow from there.
Yeah, okay. Talking about the long-term picture, let's take a look at the share price. We've spoken about this before. You've explained the dynamic that's going on here. We spoke earlier this year. Since then, there has been this further drop in the share price. That being said, you've got something like a 20-25% rise in the share price today on this news that, as you said, some of your critics have said would never happen. So you proved them wrong. But what do you say to about investors at the moment in this? You talk about the fact that management, including yourself, is a big investor yourself in this company.
So I guess that's it. That's very much it. I've said publicly many times, personally as a shareholder of the company, if I take my CEO hat off for a second, I'm not a trader of the business. I see Tanzania and East Africa in general as a great opportunity for energy growth and demand, and I'm in that business as a shareholder, as a CEO and manager of the company. Again, it's the same thing. My objective is to deliver to the shareholders a company that is in 18, 24, 36 months a key part of that energy mix, and that's something we have the opportunity to do there. It's very. I feel we're in a very unique situation with the company in that we're, a small company, but we have production, and that's something I think that distinguishes us from a lot of the other companies of our size.
Yeah. Okay. What else should shareholders watch out for this year? Not excuse me, not just from Kelowna, but also, as you say, from the other big assets.
Yeah, sure. I mean, right now we're quite involved with a development program down in Rovuma. We should have the Intoria 2 appraisal well coming up this year. With a bit of luck, we might get the Intoria 3 appraisal well down as well. And then further to that, we're also reevaluating whether or not we can recomplete the Intoria 1 discovery well. All to plan so we can get more production coming on as soon as possible.
Jay, we've got to leave it there, but thanks indeed for joining us. Great. Jay Bhattacherjee is the Chief Executive of Aminex.